Alright, welcome to UTAHFLYCAST.com. We have another fly for you. Today we are going to be tying wd-40. This is one of my favorite flies just because you can fish it as a midge, you can also fish it as a Baetis imitation, and you can tie it in pretty much any color that you want, any color that you find on your own river. And you really only need three materials. We're going to be doing a thread because it's going to be a thread body. This particular one I'm tying with an 8/0 olive uni thread. You're going to need some mallard flank feathers, which is right there. You're also just going to need some gray dubbing. You can use super fine dubbing, you can use muskrat, you can use beaver, any kind of dubbing that you want. We're also going to be using a scud hook because, again, this is an aquatic insect imitation, so you do want that curve to it. To start the fly, again, just like any other one that you would like, you pick a tie-in point and you just wrap your thread back. And this one, since this is just a thread body, you're just going to wrap pretty far down that bend of the hook. Go ahead and trim your thread. So come back and grab your mallard flank feather. Pretty good chunk. You don't have to clip it if you don't want to. You can actually peel it right off the quill, and it keeps the ends pretty well stacked when you do that. It's not perfect, but it really shouldn't be because you're tying in a tail. So kind of wrap those together, prep them how you want. When you get the size tail that you want, come up and go ahead and secure that down to the hook. And again, make sure that's on the top of the hook and not spinning. Now don't trim that excess. What you're actually going to do is bring this back up, make sure that you have touching turns of your thread, and you're covering all that feather up with the thread, because this is going to be the portion of the fly that's seen. You're making the body right now. So when you get to your tie-in point, just go ahead, bend those back, secure those in right there. Come down and take your dubbing. You can use wax when you dub this, since this is a nymph. I prefer not to. I just wrap my dubbing right on my thread. Just go ahead and twist that with the amount that you think you'll need. And when you do this head, you're actually going to dub back over that mallard flank a little bit. Create a pretty good size head. However big you want that head. Bring that mallard feather forward just behind the eye and secure that down. Come up as close as you can with your scissors and trim the excess. And just go ahead. You don't really need to put a head on this fly. Make sure that mallard feather is secure. Add whatever choice of cement that you want, half hitch or whip finish, and you have a finished fly. Now I've tied this one in olive so you can see the contrast between the body and the dubbing. You can also tie this in gray, black, brown, white. Since this is a Baetis pattern, you can also tie it in sulfur colors with a yellow body and that pink dubbed wing case. Pretty much anything you find on your river. And that is the wd-40 at UTAHFLYCAST.com.